everybody, Craig with Single Length School here. So today's video, I've actually had a lot of questions about this topic. We're gonna cover it for you. A lot of you guys that asked, we're gonna go over and get you the answers you're looking for, at least give you a better idea of where you wanna go when it comes to this topic. But before we get going, just remember, here at Single Length School, our goal is to help you golf smarter, not harder, to lower those scores and lower that handicap. So guys, do me a favor real quick. You like this video, you like our channel, hit the subscribe button down below, ring the notifications bell so you know when we send out a new video, and don't forget to follow us on social media. Facebook and Instagram, you can find us at Single Length School, over on Twitter at One Length School. And if you guys have any questions, you can always leave a comment below, send me a message through our social media channels, or shoot me an email at singlelengthschool@gmail.com. So without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. So as I said, I've had a lot of questions about this over the last month or so as things are opening up from the pandemic, courses are opening up, people are getting back out there. And this is a topic that doesn't necessarily follow and go to everybody that plays single length school or plays single length or one length irons. I'm sorry about that. But it does encompass every golfer out there because for many amateurs, this is a question that you guys run into all of the time. And what is that question? What are we talking about here? Well, simply put, which one of these should I have in the bag? And what we're talking about is, should I have an extra wood? Should I have a 3, a 4 iron, a driving iron, utility iron, something like that? Or should I have a hybrid? And let's be honest, guys, there's no right or wrong answer. It's all based on what you're looking for and what happens in your game. So real quick, let's talk about typically what most guys have in the bag. You've got 14 clubs. You know you've got your irons, 5 through a pitching wedge. A lot of guys carry a gap wedge, sand wedge, and lob wedge, and a putter. You also carry a driver and 3 wood. That's almost standard for every guy. So that gives you 13 out of the 14 clubs in your bag. So, or actually I should say 12 out of the 14. So the next question becomes, what other clubs should I have? Should I go a 5 wood or a 7 wood? Should I have that 3 or 4 driving iron? Should I have a hybrid? What's going to work best for my game? So let me tell you what I've got there at the top end of the bag. So I have my driver and my 3 wood, and then I carry a 3-4 utility iron from Cobra in the 1 length setup, and I also carry a 4 hybrid in the 1 length setup. So why am I carrying a 3/4 iron, and why am I also having the 4 hybrid? Well, for me, it's real simple. It's based on trajectory of the ball flight. One of the things you guys need to understand when it comes to deciding on whether you need that long iron in the bag or you want to go hybrid is trajectory of the ball and how that ball reacts once it's up in the air. So for instance, the reason I carry the utility iron is, believe it or not, for a lot of shots off the tee and when I'm in heavy wind, shots that I want to keep low. With something like a utility iron, a 3 iron, a 4 iron, you're able to keep the ball lower. And what that does is it keeps it out of the wind. You don't get as much carry, but you're going to get a lot more roll because the club is designed to keep you on a lower flight. Now, to the same point, the 4 hybrid has an alternate purpose. So I know that both of these clubs in my bag, this 3-4 utility iron and this 4 hybrid, I get almost the same amount of distance on average out of both of these clubs. The big difference is the utility iron, this one, as I said, is low trajectory, a lot of run, not a lot of carry, whereas the hybrid, I can carry the ball further and I can actually get it to stop faster because it's got a higher trajectory, gets higher up into the air, easier to stop, especially when I'm going for a par 5 and 2 and I need something at 220, 225 to hit and stop on the green, I go with the hybrid. Whereas if I've got room to run it up and I want to avoid carrying into any hazards, I will go with the lower club to keep it online and more running onto the green as opposed to trying to stop it. Now with the hybrid, the other thing you got to keep in mind is you may also choose, and I don't play one, but I have my 3 wood here. You may also have the option to choose a 5 or 7 wood. And a lot of times that 5 or 7 wood is going to kind of split the difference in the air between these 2 clubs. So between your utility and your hybrid, that wood is kind of going to be a little bit in that middle range. A lot of times you can find that a 5 or 7 wood can produce the same type of distance as a long iron or a hybrid. So it all depends on how your game plays. If you're somebody that likes that ball up in the air, likes it to come to a stop, and honestly, it also factors in forgiveness. A hybrid or a wood is a lot easier to hit than this utility iron. Excuse me. The utility irons, the sweet spots are hard to find, especially when you're standing over the ball and you know you've got a 220-yard shot, at least in my case. All of a sudden, this club head looks really small behind the ball. So that's one thing to factor in as well, is these are a lot harder to hit. So hybrids, woods, a little bit easier to hit. The best thing to do, guys, to figure out what's best for you to get you the most consistent results is to test them out. Go to your local fitter, go to your local store, and just test them out. What one feels better for you? Is it a hybrid? Is it a wood? Is it a utility club? Now, one of the other tips I'm going to give you guys is what you should look for based on handicap. So, me as a single-digit handicap, I have a preference on how I want my shot to look, my shot shape, the height of my shots, and what I want it to do afterwards. That's why I carry the utility and the hybrid in my bag. For a lot of guys that are struggling, maybe new to the game, have a lot of trouble in that upper iron section of the bag, you guys will want to stick more towards a hybrid or even go into those 5 or 7 woods. I see a lot of, I don't want to call them seniors, but some golfers that are a few years older than me that really rely on the 5 and 7 woods, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what fits their game. That's what they're used to. So really it comes down to a personal preference, but unless you're probably a sub-12 handicap, you guys may want to forget about the utility irons, those 3-4 irons, and stick with a hybrid. You can get a hybrid in 3 iron, 4 iron, 5 iron. You can also, as I said, get that 5 or 7 wood. But at the top end of your bag there, you guys just need to do what's going to get you the most consistent results and have you feeling the most comfortable when you strike the ball. So again, guys, your options top end, a utility or 3-4 iron, a hybrid, or one of the lower end woods, the 5-7 woods. Those are going to be your options. So if you guys have questions, please let me know, because each case is different. I may be able to lend some insight into your specific case on what's going to be best for you, whether it's a wood, a hybrid, or an iron. So by all means, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below, hit the notifications bell. Social media on Facebook or Instagram, it's at Single Length School. Over on Twitter, it's at One Length School. Shoot me an email, singlelengthschool@gmail.com. Guys, I'm more than happy to help you out however I can to get you guys playing smarter, not harder, to lower those scores. So until next week, guys, I'll see you in the fairway, and good luck.